Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Gyantarang. Today we are going to study a very interesting story from your supplementary reader, A Footprints Without Feet. Chapter 4, A Question of Trust by Victor Canning. Student, now tell me, have you ever heard the proverb, set a thief to catch a thief? And another one, there is a honor among the thieves. Reply me in comments. Well, this story beautifully plays with both these ideas. It is a story of a man who thought he was too smart to ever get caught, but life had other plans. So let's begin the chapter and meet our main character, Horace Denby. Everyone in the town thought Horace Denby was a good, honest citizen. He was about 50 years old, unmarried, and lived with a housekeeper who always worried about his health. He was a successful lock maker. Imagine a man who makes locks, but secretly he was also a thief. Now listen carefully. Horace was not a professional thief. He only robbed a safe once every year. Safe means strong metal box where people keep their money or jewels. Why? Because he had passion. He loved to collect rare and expensive books. So every year he planned one perfect robbery, stole enough to buy the books he wanted, and lived happily for next 12 months. He loved to read books and which were very rare. Horace planned his next robbery. Now it is a bright July afternoon. Horace is walking confidently in the sunshine, thinking about his next target, a big house called Shotover Grange. For the last 2 weeks, he had been watching the house, studying its room, electric wires, garden paths, and even the habits of its servants. He knew that the 2 servants would go to the cinema that afternoon. So the house would be empty and it will be the perfect time to execute his plan. Inside that house, there were jewels worth 15,000 pounds. If he could sell them slowly, he would easily make 5,000 pounds, enough to buy 3 very rare books coming up for sale that autumn. Breaking into the house, Horace saw the key to the kitchen door hanging on a hook outside. Cleverly, he put on his gloves. Remember, he never left fingerprints and quietly opened the door. Inside the kitchen, a small dog was lying down. Think, if the dog is there, definitely he is going to bark. But the dog stared and wagged its tail in a friendly way. How Horace managed that? Horace smiled and said, "All right, Sari." You see, he even knew the dog's name. He believed that if you call a dog by its right name and show love, it will never bark. Searching for the safe. The safe was behind a painting in the drawing room. Horace thought for a moment. I should collect painting instead of book? Now he is planning to collect the painting because he liked the painting. But then he laughed to himself and thought, no, books take less space in a small house. As he was having a small house, if he take painting, it need more space. So he thought not to collect the painting. The books are only good for him. There was a bowl of flowers on the table and their smell made him sneeze. He took out his handkerchief. Ouch! His hay fever was acting up again. What is the meaning of hay fever? Hay fever is a kind of allergy that makes you sneeze when you are near pollen or dust. He looked at the time. He had 4 hours before the servant returned. Plenty of time. He was having enough time to execute his plan. He cut the wires of burglar alarm. It was an easy one and came back to start his work. But suddenly he sneezed again, as the flowers were creating an obstacle in his work. And then he heard a voice. the mysterious lady appeared. Whose voice it was? A calm but firm voice said, "What is it? A cold or a hay fever?" When he was sneezing again and again, the lady who appeared in front of him asked about his problem. Horace froze. He turned around. A young, pretty woman in red was standing at the door, and the dog Sherry was rubbing affectionately against her. Once the dog was very familiar to her. The woman smiled and said softly, "Annie would think I had been away for a month. I came back just in time, though I did not expect to meet a burglar." Now imagine Horace's face. He was shocked but also hopeful. She did not look angry. Maybe he could talk his way out of this. A tense conversation, Horace said politely. "I did not expect to meet one of the family." She nodded and replied, "I see what an inconvenience it is for you to meet me. What are you going to do now?" Horace said honestly, "My first thought was to run." She smiled, "Of course, but I would call the police and they would catch you at once." Horace smiled back and said jokingly, "And then I would cut the telephone wire first." She raised her eyebrows. "You did hurt me." He quickly replied, "Oh no, I did not mean that. I was just trying to frighten you." She was calm but firm. "Why should I let you go? You are going to rob me. Society must be protected from the man like you." Horace tried to explain, "I am not a man who threatens society. I only steal from the rich. I hate the ideas of prison." Prison means jail. She laughed, and he thought she was convinced. He begged, "Please let me go. I promise never to steal again." She watched him silently and then said, "You are really afraid of going to prison, aren't you?" Horace nodded. The clever trick. Now the lady came closer and said sweetly, "I have always liked the wrong kind of people." She picked up a cigarette box from the table. Horace, eager to please her, removed his gloves and offered his lighter. He thought that lady will spare him, so he opened his gloves and took out his own lighter to light up the cigarette. She said, "I will let you go, but only if you do something for me." Horace said eagerly, "Anything you say." She explained, "Before I left for London, I promised my husband I had put my jewels in the bank, but I forgot them in the safe. And now I need them for a party tonight. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the safe's number combination." Horace smiled confidently. "Leave it to me. I will open your safe within an hour," the woman said. "Don't worry about breaking it. My husband won't be back for a month." And within 1 hour, Horace opened the safe, gave her the jewels, and walked away happily, thinking he had been saved by a kind young lady. The shocking twist. But 2 days later, the police arrested him for the robbery at Shotover Grange. How? His fingerprints were all over the room. Remember, he had taken off his gloves to help the lady. When he told the police that the lady of the house had asked him to open the safe, no one believed him. The real lady of the house, an elderly woman of 60 with grey hair, said coldly, "The story is nonsense." And that's when the Horace realized the woman in the red was not the lady of the house at all. She was a clever thief just like him, but smarter. Ending and the moral. Now Horace works as an assistant librarian in the prison. He often remembers that charming lady who tickled him and get furious whenever anyone say there is an honor among thieves, because in his case there clearly wasn't. Moral and the exam tip. This story teaches us even clever people can be deceived when they become overconfident. Crime never pays. One wrong decision can destroy our life. And most importantly, trusting another thief is the biggest question of the trust. Remember the names: Horace Denway, Short Over Grens, Sherry the dog, and the key incident, fake lady tricking him into opening the safe. Be ready for the question like why did Horace steal only once a year, or how did the lady deceive him? So student, that was the story, A Question of Trust, a perfect blend of suspense, irony and the moral lesson. If you enjoyed learning with me, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for the more such interesting English lessons. See you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and stay honest.